Hi everyone, my name is Christy and welcome to my Trying a New Makeup Product Everyday series. Today I'm so excited to play around with this beautiful eyeshadow palette. This is from Huda Beauty and it's the Purple Haze eyeshadow palette that I got in my November 2021 Ipsy Glam Bag X, which if you still have not seen that unboxing video, I'll have that linked in the description down below. I just love playing around with colorful, fun eyeshadow palettes, and purple eyeshadows are some of my favorites. So this is a relatively small, travel-friendly size eyeshadow palette. It retails for $29, but you get 9 shades. It has a nice sized mirror. In this palette, looks like there are 5 metallic-y, shimmery shades and 4 matte shades. And I love these little 9-pan Huda Beauty palettes because they're so cohesive and so fun. They come in so many fun color schemes. So I think first things first, I gotta swatch some of these. So swatch some mattes. Oh, pigmented. Oh, gorgeous foiled metallic. Oh, this one looks a little bit more glittery. Oh, so not only do I love fun colored eyeshadows, but I love shimmers, and it looks like there's so many different textures. There's like shimmer sparkle, foiled metallic, a little bit of both. Wow, oh my gosh, these are beautiful. That sparkle is amazing. Oh my gosh. The sparkle shine, which is so pretty, makes the matte shade look so dull. But I just love sparkles. That's my favorite type of eyeshadow. Oh my gosh. Like, these sparkles are gorgeous. And then we'll throw in a little matte into the look too, just to ground it, right? But I definitely want to be playing with these shimmers and sparkles because those are so pretty. So check out these swatches. Love it. I'm definitely not super impressed with the matte swatch, but all of those shimmer metallics look so beautiful, pigmented in the swatches here. And so just like I always do when I review eyeshadow palettes, I'm gonna test these out with and without an eyeshadow primer. So going in with my classic Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. I am going to blend this all over just one of my eyelids. All right, so this is blended out from the lash line up to the brow. And the first thing that I typically do is my highlight shade. But I swatched all these and there's not really a shade light enough for that brow and inner corner highlight. So I'm gonna move on to my next step, which actually the step before the highlight I usually do is all over the lid, a matte white or an off-white shade to set the lids. But I don't really have that in this palette either. So 2 shades that I love to get in every palette are unfortunately not part of this color scheme, but that's okay. I will move on to my transition area. So I think I'll start out with the light shade here in the middle. I guess I'll use this Belle and Argent, the subtly shady crease and blend brush. This is the brush that I got in my Ipsy Glam Bag, the $13 month glam bag for this month. So we'll give this a try as well. Picking up that shade in the middle here, a little bit of kickback there. I'm just gonna blend this from crease up to the brow bone. Seems to be fine. A peachy shade, which probably isn't going to be super noticeable on my skin tone because I kind of already have this shade on my eyelids. It just kind of matches my natural skin color there. but just to start building up some definition here in the crease transition area. Seems like a fine shade, blends out easily, and I think it shows up as much as this shade really can. I'll keep using this brush, but just gonna clean it off as I go in to pick up my crease shade. I think I'm gonna go a little bit deeper in the crease. So I'm gonna pick up this other matte shade in the corner here. It's like a rosy brown, kind of a cool shade. We'll focus this right into the crease here to build up that depth. But that transition shade into the crease is a great color combination. Blendable shade, good pigment. Oh my gosh, look at me. I forgot to mention that today in America is Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving. I would love to hear in the comments down below your Thanksgiving plans. What do you have going on today? Are you cooking? What are you eating? What are you most excited to eat? I'm actually hosting Thanksgiving for the first time ever at my house, and I am so excited about it. I went way overboard with the amount of food, I'm sure, but nothing beats Thanksgiving leftovers, right? Okay, so I'm actually noticing right away more pigment on the eye with the primer versus without it. It's kind of like the eyeshadow is disappearing on the eye without the primer compared to the eye with the primer. So going back in to try and build up the crease some more. But that's why I try eyeshadows out with and without a primer, because sometimes it really does make a difference. And I have a lot of creases and lines in my eyelids, so to me it's important to use an eyeshadow primer. All right, I think it's time to move on to some shimmers. Let's see, I think I want to start out with this maroon shimmer. And I'm just going to use my finger to apply these. I'm going to tap this into the outer corner. So this palette actually has a lot of reddish, like ruby tones to it, not just purple. Because I could do pretty much a completely red eyeshadow look as well as a complete purple eyeshadow look, but I'd like to try and mix it up a bit. But even this shade, maybe it's because there's a lot of purple around it, but it kind of looked more maroon purple here in the middle, in the pan here, but now that I have it on my eye against those other peachy shades, it just looks red. And I'm not a big fan of red eyeshadow, so I'm going to try and tone that down a bit or change it up a bit with some other purples that I can incorporate into this look. But this shade is really pretty. It's nice and pigmented, a metallic finish. I think I'm going to go for the really sparkly purple in the corner here. Oh my gosh, beautiful. It does kind of have a, you can feel like the glitter in it, a little bit of grittiness. But oh my goodness, so pretty and sparkly, but still so foiled and pigmented and such a bright, beautiful shade of purple. Oh my gosh, I love the finish and the sparkle to this shade. That is so fun. And I was thinking that this might look a little wild going with the red and the peach in the crease and then the purple, like how is that gonna look? But you know what? I like this color combination. I actually think that works pretty nicely. And then I can kind of bring the whole look together with the shade that I'll put on the lower lash line. So I'm going to continue with this beautiful, bright, sparkling purple. This one's looking the same on the eye without the primer, so that's good. blending that all out. I think this shade on the end that I swatched is going to be that perfect shade for the lower lash line to pull it all together. So that is this metallic rosy shade. So just going to blend along the lower lash line. And this one's really pretty. It's like a foiled metallic color. Ooh, a great lower lash line shade because it's not too dark, but it definitely still enhances the eye and completes the look. And there we have it. This is so fun. But now that I'm trying out the shades, I'm realizing it's definitely not a palette that I'll get that much use out of because it doesn't even have those essential shades that I would wear every day, like a classic crease shade, an all over the lid white shade, a highlight shade. So I love the colors in this, but realistically for $29, it's probably not gonna get too much use in my collection, but it is so fun. I'm really impressed with the formulas. So this is the eye with the primer. This is the eye without it. I think this one is a little bit less vibrant. The purple sparkly shade looks pretty much just as good though, so it kind of hides any differences. But the matte shades I can see are just more sheer and dull and lacking as much pigment. But I would love to hear what kind of color combinations and looks you've come up with if you have this palette as well. But thank you so much for watching my video today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you can see the makeup that I try every day. And I will see you tomorrow in my next video.